Elrufai, Gumu, other northern leaders flee Nigeria amid Trump's threats to arrest terror sponsors. Oh, really? They fled to where? Can you imagine? Nigeria has been thrown into shock following credible reports. Wow, credible, really, wow. There are several prominent northern political and religious figures, including former Kaduna State Governor Malam Nasir Elrufai and Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmad Gumi, have reportedly fled the country amid international pressure over alleged terrorism sponsorship. According to multiple security sources, El-Rufai secretly departed Nigeria for Qatar late on Sunday night, just hours after former US President Donald Trump issued a global statement warning that America would take decisive military and diplomatic action against individuals and nations harboring or supporting terrorist groups in Africa, particularly in northern Nigeria. Trump's statement, which spread rapidly across international media and social networks, reportedly sent waves of panic among northern political elites and individuals previously accused of having links to insurgent groups. The former US leader emphasized that those who fund, protect, or harbor terrorist organizations anywhere in Africa will face direct consequences, a remark that observers believe was directly aimed at sponsors of extremist violence in Nigeria's northern region. Sources within Nigeria's security agencies revealed that Dr. Issa Ali Pantami, former Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, also left the country within hours of the announcement. Pantami, who faced public criticism in the past over alleged extremist sympathies, claimed he has consistently denied was said to have traveled to the Middle East, reportedly the same destination as El-Rufai. Although official confirmation has not been made, security insiders suggest the sudden departures were not coincidental but strategic attempts to evade potential international sanctions or investigations. Similarly, Sheikh Ahmad Gumi, the controversial Islamic cleric known for his frequent mediation between the Nigerian government and armed bandit groups, have reportedly relocated to Turkey. Gumi gained notoriety over the years for his open advocacy of dialogue with insurgents and his involvement in negotiating ransom payments for kidnapped victims, while he has always defended his actions as humanitarian. Critics have accused him of legitimizing terrorist operations and providing a soft landing for bandit commanders. Yes, that's what he's doing. The sudden exodus of these high-profile figures has triggered widespread debates and speculation across Nigeria. Many citizens, particularly from the country's southern and middle belt region, view the development as confirmation of long-held suspicion that certain northern politicians and clerics were deeply complicit in financing or protecting violent extremist network responsible for the deaths of thousands of civilians. A rights activist in Abuja, speaking to the Glint News International, remarked that for years Nigeria has said that some people in government were behind the buyings, kidnapping and church attacks in the north. They were called conspiracy theorists, but now their claims appear to be true. No innocent person runs away at the sound of justice. Unverified reports indicate that several other politicians with northern Nigeria are also preparing to leave the country amid growing uncertainty and fear of being placed under international watch lists. Among those rumored to be under close scrutiny is Vice President Kashim Shettima, who has in the past faced accusation of links to Boko Haram during his tenure as governor of Borno State. Allegations he has strongly denied. Diplomatic observers warn that these developments could place Nigeria under renewed foreign policy pressure. The United States and its Western allies have increasingly shown frustration over Nigeria's inability to dismantle terrorist networks, despite years of military aid and intelligence support. Should Washington proceed with sanctions or targeted operations against individuals deemed complicit, it could significantly strain bilateral relations and trigger a political crisis in Nigeria. The Nigerian public, already exhausted by years of insurgency, insecurity and economic hardship, is now watching events unfold with deep concern. For many, the apparent flight of El-Rufai, Gumi, Pantami and other influential figures is not only an indictment of the Nigerian government's past failures but also a chance for long-awaited justice to take its course. Nigeria's northern region has endured over a decade of devastating violence from Boko Haram, ISWAP, and other bandit militias that have displaced millions and claimed tens of thousands of lives, despite billions spent on defense and counter-terrorism. The persistence of attacks has fueled suspicion of political protection and sponsorship from within the corridors of power. As international attention turns once again towards Nigeria, global agencies such as the United Nations, African Union, and ECOWAS are expected to monitor the situation closely. Whether the current wave of panic among Nigerian airlines leads to genuine accountability or merely another cycle of evasion remains to be seen. But for many Nigerians, one truth is clear: the era of impunity may finally be coming to an end. We hope so. We really hope so. But why are they really running away? Why are they running away? They should come back. Pastor Joseph says, can you imagine the pain these politicians are causing in this nation? This power they acquire is not enough. Joshua Musa says it's a pity that this is happening. So are we saying now that since the Nigerian government refused to list out the sponsors and the American government has a list of which this set of people that took off has a hand, then what does it explain? Are we not the one doing ourselves? Then why running to another Islamic country? God Almighty, please help us. Samuel Lawrence says, a time the Nigerian government needs not show one-sided position of arrest on our citizens. The world is watching to see if these people involved are bigger than the country. Besides, politicians like Elrufai and similar others should not be given the opportunity to ever be involved in Nigeria politics, and their properties should be confiscated by federal government to serve as a deterrent to others. A stitch in time saves 9. Uzuali says, the Nigerian security men knows the terrorist sponsors, but because they are Fulani political leaders, they left them, and that is the reason Nigeria will never grow with the Northerners. Yes, so with those Northerners, we have a long way to go. Nelson Chekube says, this is the reason why many Northern leaders don't want the coming of USA president. I hope now they see him. They see him. Christian Okon says, Gumu should be investigated, of course. Of course, he's the number one suspect now. It should be. Hade Banjo says, but why didn't America do this in a coded way? Please don't let them escape, including the VP. Where they want to run to, they can't escape. Anthony says, Elrufai, Gumu, Pantami, and Vice President Shetima, Bola Tinubu is in hot soups. They can run, but they cannot hide. Whether Qatar or Turkey, that's where they'll be caught exactly. They can only run. They can't hide. So Daniel says they are behind the terrorism. That one, Asho Bankana. Tizo, my listeners, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.